having to talk about something called the Oz rule, that if he's on TV, he's lying.
The only face-off between Pennsylvania U.S. Senate candidates, Democrat John Fetterman and Republican Mehmet Oz, got off to a rocky start as John Fetterman struggled to piece together his thoughts.
I might miss some words during this debate.
Fetterman apparently still recovering from the effects of a May stroke that kept him largely sidelined from the campaign trail throughout the summer. Some of the major moments Tuesday, back and forth over the biggest issues in the midterms: crime, the economy, immigration, and a major local issue in Pennsylvania, the production of natural gas through hydraulic fracturing or fracking.
John Fetterman over and over again took positions against energy.
Moderators pressed Fetterman to explain previous statements the Democratic lieutenant governor made opposing fracking.
There is that 2018 interview that you said, quote, "I don't support fracking at all." So, Mr. Fetterman, 15
I
seconds.
absolutely support fracking.
Meanwhile, Oz also seeking to correct the record, but on the topic of abortion.
There should not be involvement from the federal government in how states decide their abortion decisions.
And seeming to say he would not vote for national restrictions on abortion, and attacking Fetterman, who has leaned into his support for national bills that would expand access to abortion.
He's purposely trying to alarm them, and the fear-mongering isn't working. Running tens of millions of dollars of ads claiming that I'm against all abortions when he knows that's not right.
But Oz Tuesday also not shying away from his support for the biggest name in Republican politics.
I would support Donald Trump if he decided to run for president.
And Fetterman standing by President Biden, who campaigned with him in Philadelphia last week, despite his low popularity nationally.
And if he does choose to run, I would absolutely support him, but ultimately that's only his choice.
A senior advisor from Oz's campaign calling Tuesday's debate a complete disaster for Fetterman. But Fetterman's communications director praising Fetterman's performance Tuesday night, calling it better than his debate against his Democratic challengers in a primary earlier this year. But undecided voters watching might come to a different conclusion. And look, here in the Keystone State, it's going to be entirely a numbers game. There are over 500,000 more registered Democrats here in Pennsylvania than there are registered Republicans. The goal for Democrats, though, is going to be not only turning out members of their own party, people who are registered Democrats, but also those moderate Republicans and those independent voters who helped hand President Biden a 1-point victory in the state back in 2020.
All right, Nate Reed in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Thanks, Nate.